$1,000 and takes 3-phase electricity, or you can get the domestic model for $200 and it doesn't work at all. So it's really hard to find something in between. This is the best thing I've found. It's Torre, made in Mexico. And it's awesome. It's a 3/4 horse that plugs into a normal outlet. And I've had it for years. I've even fried it. I've even had smoke billowing from it, and it just flips right on the next day. So I'm a big fan of this grinder. It doesn't create schmear, which is the thing that you would talk about when it comes to like freezing the grinding apparatus. Grinding into a bowl that's sitting inside of a bowl of water with ice. And then cubing all of the meat and then almost freezing it in your freezer. So everything is bitter cold and making your fingers sore just to work with it. That is impossible to me. That makes sausage making impossible. It drives me nuts. I don't really like that at all. And really, the biggest contribution to schmear is not temperature. It is two things. One is if your blade doesn't fit snug up against the plate. If your blade is dull, it's because there's a blade, it's got 4 little blades on it, and it's spinning against a plate. And there can't be any space, it's got to be right up against it. If there's space, you're going to get schmear. So it's just a good grinder and a sharp blade. Okay, no problem. The other thing is, it will come out as schmear, which is to say it will come out as paste. We want it to be nice little worms. It will come out as schmear if the pork you put in it is floppy and schmeary. So if you have pork that is nice and healthy like this, see, no drips of water. This was only just some blood. This pig, all saturated fat. It wasn't waterlogged. It wasn't unsaturated. So it will come out nice and structural and little wormies. I've even done this. I've done this class in every context you can possibly imagine, including in the middle of the field on a farm. And we'll bring the grinder and run extension cords, and we'll make sausage, and we'll mix warm meat, and it still doesn't schmear because the pork is good and the blade is sharp. So if you have those two things, you can totally ignore the ridiculous puritanical routine that they have you go through, freezing all the apparatuses and all the sausage books. It's way overkill. So the way it works is, it pre-chews all of the sausage for you, which is why sausage is like the ultimate comfort food. You just gotta roll it around and taste it and then send it down. It's a beautiful thing. So see how we're getting nice wormies? I just try not to feed it too fast. I don't load up the hopper too much. Just a chunk at a time. If it doesn't slide down on its own, you can help it out with that, with this tool. But it's a very simple meditative act.
I put my sunglasses back on.
So we're maintaining the beautiful structure. It's awesome. It's good meat. So I think what we'll do is, if you want to experience the glory of the grinder, we'll just put in, see how we do. We'll do, for every 2 pieces that have meat on them, we'll do a piece of solid fat. We might wind up with a pile of solid fat pieces, but that's just because I don't want to necessarily make the 90% fat sausage, even though I would probably enjoy that. We do need a little bit of meat in there to carry some more flavor. So, 2 pieces that are relatively meaty, and then, something like this. It's just solid fat. And I say, the minimum is 1/3 fat, but 50% is nice. That's a good sausage. Especially if you want to put offal in it. Like, it's a great way to use the liver. If you have kids that are going to flip out if you put liver in anything, just throw it in the sausage. Yeah, it's very good. And they won't notice it as much. You will, and you'll like it. It makes it richer. Really good. Want to do any grinding?